I'm going to take you back about 80 years to a book written by F.A. Hayek called The Road to Serfdom. He was very annoyed with the complete misinterpretation in English progressive circles regarding the Nazi movement. He asked this very important question, which rings true today. Is there a greater tragedy imaginable than that in our endeavor consciously to shape our future in accordance with high ideals, we should in fact unwittingly produce the very opposite of what we have been striving for? Milton Friedman wrote, "The battle for freedom must be won over and over again." I think we're in another battle for our freedom. I suggest we are witnessing the progressive road to perdition. Let's take a look at progressive movements in Britain, Canada, and the United States. The Labour Party, the Progressive Labour Party, is under the leadership of Jeremy Corbyn. In 1983, Mr. Corbyn sponsored the Labour Movement campaign for Palestine that pledged to eradicate Zionism and labeled Zionism as a racist ideology akin to apartheid. He praised the Palestinian branch of the Brotherhood, which is Hamas, for its commitment to, quote, peace and social justice and political justice. From 2009 to 2012, Mr. Corbyn was a paid host on the Iranian state-owned television show Press TV. Ken Livingstone, the former Labour mayor of London, is currently suspended from the party over comments he had made about Hitler and Zionism. Other members of the party have been suspended for expressing similar views, including and comparing the treatment of the Palestinians in the territories to the Nazis' treatment of Jews. So is it 1939 all over again? Let's take a look at America, to the Democrats, the progressives. They promote Linda Sarsour, a hijab-wearing Muslim woman who says Zionists cannot be feminists. And she said, quote, nothing is creepier than Zionism, end quote. She supports Sharia law, which says that women need the permission of their husbands to go out, and women must never say no when a husband wants sex. There's no such thing as marital rape in Sharia law. And when it comes to gays, well, they don't have any rights and they tend to get murdered. She was recognized by the Obama White House as, quote, a champion of change. Then there is Tamika Mallory, who along with Linda Sarsour and Carmen Perez and Bob Bland organized the National Women's March. Nancy Pelosi and Democrat Senator Kirsten Gillibrand congratulated the women for the work that they did. Let's look at Ms. Mallory. She called Assata Shakur, a convicted killer who was on the FBI's list of most wanted terrorists, a feminist emblem. She admired Fidel Castro, who sheltered Ms. Shakur in Cuba. And Ms. Mallory said about Fidel Castro, your legacy lives on. Now, when it comes to police in America, this is what she says, quote, when you throw a brick in a pile of hogs, the one that hollers is the one you hit, end quote. Ms. Perez and Ms. Mallory are followers of Louis Farrakhan, as are Barack Hussein Obama, Maxine Waters, and many members of the Congressional Black Caucus. Farrakhan has defended suicide bombers in Israel. He said Hitler is, quote, a very great man, and that Judaism is a gutter religion. He also said, quote, and don't you forget, when it's God who puts you in the ovens, it's forever, end quote. Mr. Farrakhan insists that whites are, quote, a race of devils, end quote, and, quote, white people deserve to die. He recently told Jay-Z that he should make Beyonce put on some clothes, and he also opposes gay marriage. Progressives. 1939, anyone? And then there is Canada. and our new Democratic Party, headed by Jagmeet Singh, a Sikh. The party is heavily supported by unions who support the boycott, divest, and sanction movement against Israel. The NDP invited Tamika Mallory to speak at their most recent convention. Is it 1939 all over again? David Hume said, "It is seldom that liberty of any kind is lost all at once." I suggest, ladies and gentlemen, all over the progressive world, that the progressives are leading us down the road to perdition. I hope you will follow me on my blog, dianebiederman.com, Your Passionate Voice of Reason, where you could also find the Biederman Blog Talk. If you want to learn how to protect and defend our values, our culture, then may I suggest you purchase my book, Back to the Ethic, Reclaiming Western Values, available on Amazon around the world.